Testing. Cool. So starting Discord caused a whole lot of problems. Holy cow. Part of me really does wonder if I just reinstall Windows. I have is your system haunted? I don't know. I mean, it's definitely working better now since I swapped the memory out, but that was weird. Starting Discord did all that. It closed a whole bunch of apps. OBS crashed. Streaming avatars crashed. I think VR chat is dead too. Steam VR still up though. Task manager. I am in a volley after all, so you know we do have gremlins around. So maybe that's all it is. I just have gremlins in here.
What? No. It definitely wasn't me.
Zephys, are you nibbling on cables again? Ah, I gotcha.
The zaps taste good.
Yeah. But another thing I noticed now, since starting to use this new memory, is that the GPU is actually pushing some of its data over to the RAM, which is expected functionality. It wasn't doing that before, so there is actually something changing on here. And it has been running better, but for some reason starting Discord just crashed everything. All right, let's see. VR chat crash, so I think I need to cancel this out now. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Sometimes I wish I could share. The face cam is actually just a normal camera, and you can see the preview of it. And because I have the headset like up on my forehead right now, so I can see the computer monitor, I have this. Have you guys ever seen the one train spotter guy who was like using a camera above his head, and he just looked like a. I mean, you can't deny that he didn't. He looked like a total freaking nerd. It was, but everyone loved him because he was just. It was just so funny. That's what I look like right now because the camera's above my head right now, just looking down. I look like a total freaking dork. I wish I could share it with you guys, but that's a privacy thing, so I can't do that. The fairy fountain, yeah. That's another thing I want to play. I want to play some old Zelda games on stream. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Hold on, I gotta make that coffee. Yeah. So, let's see here. I still have water. Yeah. All right. So today's thing. Let's see here. Is that showing on screen? We're doing a cappuccino. This is brought to you in part by Sveno, who is not here right now, but thank you very much. This is going to be a donut shop cappuccino. And we're just going to plop it in the coffee maker. Close the lid.
Attention deficit, hey donuts.
Okay. And then we're going to run it. Add a full 6 ounces. And here we go. attention deficit. Hey, donuts! Ah, squirrel! Peach, why are you at attention? What you doing? You don't like that light, do you? I don't think she likes the light on the face tracker. Are you gonna add a stroopwafel? Well, I haven't been given a stroopwafel. I need a cookie for that. It doesn't time you out for that, does it?
Cookie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's our stroopwafel. Another thing brought to you in part by Sveno this week. But a stroopwafel, very nice, individually packed. I personally prefer that because it helps with keeping things nice and cleanly in here. That and these stroopwafels by Three Bros Dutch Cookies are much better because they're thicker and they're, I don't know how to explain it, but they're, can I show this on stream too? They're like thicker. So that's pretty cool. So there we go. We got our coffee. There we go. And then we put our two birds, one bond, a volley cup there. And we're going to put our stroopwafel on top. Let that warm up. The food man says, I like the stack pack stroopwafels. I have had those already too. Those ones I have are by Daleman's. Actually, I do have a pack of those. I got gifted more stroopwafels, and for some reason it came in this packaging, which is this guy here. That came in this one. And I have to say, personally, I like these Three Bro ones a little better. They taste a little lighter. They're more fluffy. They're thicker. So they don't just kind of like fall apart in your hand. To be perfectly honest, I don't taste a difference. But they just seem to be like, in general, a little bit fluffier and lighter. Obviously, I also only have what is in America. So like, we don't have the ones from overseas, which are actually significantly better, I've heard. I think that is the food man says, friend brought me some from overseas last year at FWA. They were so much better than the ones here in the US. I can imagine. I've been told by basically everyone that, and I'm sure ours are like, in some shape or form, just not the right ingredients for what we're expecting from, or what we should expect from these things.
Hiyo, don't forget about the coffee.
I made the coffee. It was a K-cup that I put on screen. The cup itself, I think, is a 12 ounce or whatever that is in milliliters. I only make 6 ounces when I make the coffee in here, and I do that because my coffee maker can hold about 12 to 14 ounces of water, and when you make a cappuccino, you have to clear it of the stuff afterwards. So I have to make a small cup first and then drink it, and then I can run another 6 ounces through it to clean out like all of the residue that's left over from the K-cup. Otherwise, you'll get weird flavors the next time you make coffee. Because, you know, it's a cappuccino, sugar, and all that. Oh my gosh. Zephys, what about your freaking car? Gosh dang it. Let me grab my controllers and see if I can start VR chat back up without crashing again. Oh. Okay, there we go. VR chat. The one thing thing I don't like about the Varo Arrow is that it likes to try and show off it's like homeworld thing that they have set up for the headset, which I think the reason for it is to make it like a workspace without actually starting up Steam VR. But I don't like the home thing because it's really disruptive, because you like try to do certain things and it just goes like, hey, you want this, right? I'm like, no, I want Steam VR, please. Don't do that. Hey, don't do that to me. All right, we are just, as soon as I get myself set up here, I can grab, whoa, I can grab that stroopwafel and have a nibble. The funny thing is like, Smiley was kind of like going like, oh, you can't have like those treats and stuff. Hey, don't explode. Don't explode. Oh. Where's OBS? Oh, it's over there. What's it doing over there? Out of curiosity, I'm running, I think I'm running VR chat for you guys at like 2K. Although the stream is 1080p. Have you guys noticed any like clarity difference at all? Like, does it look clear for you now? Well, since I've done this. You guys can see all my little avatars on there. That's kind of cool. You can see my user interface. Neat. Let's calibrate. There we go. Calibrated. No, I'm on mobile. Where is my camera? There we go.
No. I'm on mobile.
Behavior. Oh, excuse me. Don't want to show that off. There we go. I think right there. Oh, the eye tracking's not working, I noticed. Oh, that's because I never started it back up. Yeah, look at it now. Like, look at the, like, an easy way to tell is maybe like looking at the frame of the glasses. That's usually an easier way to tell. There we go. I mean, I don't think it really matters too much. It seems to have been relatively clear to start with, but I think I was rendering it at 1080p before and then capturing just a little square in the a little square in the middle. But now I'm technically running it at like 2K, but I don't know if like the desktop part of it runs at higher resolution or not. So I don't know if it's actually making it clearer. Because I think when you full screen it on a 2K monitor, it still might be running at like 1080p, but just stretched. I don't know. But my, what do I need to start to get face tracking? I think it's this. Watch it crash everything. All right, now does it work? Wow, look at that. That's amazing. It just works.
Not again.
No, we should be good. We should be good. We are still technically crashing every so often, but I'm noticing certain things are causing it now rather than it just crashing because it wants to. But I think a Windows reinstall is in my future. Okay, now it is time. All right, this is nice and warm now. I think it's in the shot there, but this is nice and warm now. I'm going to nibble this, but I got to put the controllers down. I don't have hand tracking on this headset, so we're just going to have to deal with that for a minute. All right, here we go. I'm just going to nibble. Hold on, where's my coffee? Because I need to sip the coffee too. Here we go. We got the coffee. This is like one of my favorite things. Oh wait, you know what I haven't done yet is one of my favorite things about streamers in general, and this is kind of weird at the same time, but also like it's just something I really enjoy to see, is like a streamer like enjoying a piece of food, especially if you gifted it to them or something on the stream, and then you get to see them munch. Why can't I say that without blowing up the microphone? And then I get to see them munch. There we go. That's better. So here we go. That is a funny face. Watch this. You ready? I love it. Big cheesy chews. One thing I did when setting up the mouth tracker is I turned off the tongue, because for some reason it was like really excited to like just come out of the mouth all the time. It's like if the camera saw the tongue, it was like, you want it out, right? Like I'm like, no, you stay in there. So I completely turned it off, even though it has the ability to like move the tongue around and stuff like that. I have no use for that, so I turned that functionality off. But like the munching, that is fun. I like that. I like how everything is somewhat kind of falling together right now. Finally, after 2 months, like of tinkering with this, it's finally starting to work. All right, I'm gonna dip the cookie or the stroopwafel into the coffee, because we got to do that. Hey, who did that? There we go. And now we munch it with coffee. Oh yeah, that's a treat. I don't usually have sugar in my diet, so this is not even that much sugar, to be honest. There's not much sugar in what I'm drinking or eating right now. Like there is, but not a lot. Caruso says, "Oh yes, I was cleaning the closet to get my winter jacket out, and I found my Quest Pro and Rift S. I forgot. You forgot your What are you using right now for VR? Out of curiosity, you have the Rift S is a little old, but the Quest Pro is still a very well, more or less capable machine. I might try to face track whenever I get time. Depending on the avatar that you currently have, it can be really easy to put face tracking on almost any avatar. But if your avatar has what's called eye look, which almost every avatar out there has it, you can basically run the eye tracking part, and sometimes that's all that you really need. But you can just basically look around. I think you can blink, but you can't wink. You can't do that. You can blink, you can look around, and that alone kind of brings so much life into an avatar, so you don't even have to do any setup on the avatar if you don't want to. Just know that the Quest Pro still does have its plague of issues with the controllers randomly disconnecting. It has definitely gotten better. As soon as I started switching over to this Varo Aero, they started fixing it with that new UI update they came out with. But I was like, I'm already done. I'm not even going to deal with this anymore. I'm just going to switch over to the Varo Aero and be done with it. And so far, it's much better because the full body just kind of works. The hand tracking, well, the lack of hand tracking isn't that bad. White Wolf says, are you planning to also have some other people in stream in VR, or is it still too much to handle? So there's two problems with having other people in here. Not that I have any issue with people in general. I really love talking to people, but the thing is that I have a hard time. One of the issues is that I have a hard time multitasking. So like if I have a chat to pay attention to in here, and then also people to chat with in VR, going between the two can be, especially if it starts getting busy, it starts to become a little bit too much for me. Another thing is that, and this is kind of goes into the same thing, but when I watch VR chat streamers, I like to talk to the streamer because that's what I'm there for. I'm there to talk to them because that's something I like to do. I like to talk a lot. And that's just a thing that I have. But whenever I can't talk to the streamer because they're too busy talking to the people in VR, to pay attention to the chat, which is fine because that's just their style. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just something that I don't prefer, is if they're not paying attention to the chat because they're paying attention to their, and I know that sounds selfish, but that's how I like to do it. So if I don't like to see that happen to other people on their streams, I don't want to do that myself. I like to pay attention to the chat that's there. So if I have other people here, I can't do that. I can't focus on the chat. So I just don't have people here with me. There has been a couple times where I have tried it before, and the majority of the things have gone well so far. But there has been a couple of times where I've had, and I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but there's been a couple times where people do come in and they bring up subjects or that are not appropriate for my stream, because I'm SFW first. Like, we do talk adult conversation sometimes, but I'm SFW first, and sometimes their conversations lean a little bit out of that. And I have a hard time telling people, like, don't do that. Like, I can have not necessarily an NSFW conversation, but an adult conversation with people when I'm off stream. But I have like a thing that I try to keep set up, and I just like try to avoid that. I know that sounds really stupid, but I'm just trying to keep like a specific thing going here, and it's hard to do that sometimes.
You know
I've been told
Fear.
numerous times that, yeah, I've been told a couple times that it's like you should just not be yourself, but just open up a little bit. And I've been opening up to a lot of stuff as of recent, like a lot of stuff. But I still kind of want to keep my streams SFW. That's just a personal thing, because like if my family does know about my streams and stuff like that, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to keep it a certain way, like a certain dress code, a certain style of topics and stuff like that. I keep it that way so that if my family just so happens to be tuning in at some point, it's not like, oh, this is embarrassing. Have a good one, Diamond. Take care of yourself. I'm gonna drink this coffee now. Wait. Oh no, the camera gets in the way. I can't actually drink it. Hey, Cannibal. Hi, I saw you earlier come by when I first hit the stream button, and then I immediately crashed like 2 seconds after that. Hello, welcome on in. Give me a second. I'm gonna try and sip this coffee here real quick. I can't drink it because the face tracking camera is actually quite large, and it's covering my my mouth, so I can't drink the coffee. Cappuccino. Yummy, yum, yum. I'm gonna put that down for now. Thank you very much for that, Zephys. Greatly appreciated. A straw. Yeah. I may have to look into that. I need to find out. Yeah, it's straw time. The funny thing is that a lot of people already know this. Like, yeah, when you're in VR, because like when I was on the Quest Pro, my coffee is coffee. Coffee is Irish Cream Monster. Whoa, that's cool. Is it actually Irish? Is it actually Irish cream though? Like, is it the Irish cream? You know, the good kind? I'm just kidding. Guys, it's been 15 minutes. Are you staying hydrated? Check your posture. I think also talking about the keeping the streams SFW and like keeping a certain like aspect to it and stuff like that, dress codes and all that stuff. One of the things about that is I'm also doing charity stuff now. Although this is just a preliminary thing, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, obviously it's working already, so like I do kind of want to keep doing this. Like, if we can help people, if we can help people out there, like absolutely something I want to do. That's the whole point of my whole like existence of Cheaty on here, is just to help people, you know, either smile or feed them. At this point, like that's freaking like a dream thing that I wanted to do, is to be able to do this kind of stuff. And this website that does this, yeah, I mean, it's really cool that it's doing that. Anyway, I think that keeping a certain like SFW aspect to it and having a dress code and certain conversations and stuff like that, keeping it, how do you say, lighthearted or whatever, is good for doing this kind of stuff.
Lizard.
You're hiking right now and you're listening to us in the rain. I sure hope your phone is well, that's kind of one of the things I wanted to do. Like right now, our goal is to hit $100 for this, and that's all I really want to do. I want to do like small stuff, or at least for now, I want to do small stuff. But right now, we're only doing $100 goal for this one, and then once we hit that goal, I want to reach out to you guys. So in what is it called? I want to reach out to you guys on Discord, especially to the people who are donating and stuff like that. It's like, hey, where would you like us to raise, like, do a charity for next? And absolutely, either people, animals, like a shelters that rescue dogs and cats and stuff like that, or just in general animals. That sounds like a really cool one to do. And maybe not like specific, like obviously I live in Ohio. I would love to support like Ohio specific shelters and stuff like that. But if there is something that like there's a bigger charity group out there, or charity group out there that focuses on a lot of like either the US or whatever, so that we can make a bigger impact by donating to it, that'd be really cool. I do think like if we were to do like donations towards a smaller group, those donations for that particular thing would mean a lot more, because all of it would go to like one like central place, I guess. But I don't know. I've only just started doing this. This one right here, Feeding America, like feeding people, especially in the market that's currently going on right now with silliness out there. This seems like a really good option here, because we started this when the government was shut down in the US, and I was like, this is probably something that will really help people right now. It's water. It's good. Yeah. Zephyr says, how many boards would the Mongols hoard if the Mongols hordes got bored?
How many boards would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored?
He said it better than I did. Cannibal says, I rescue animals, or at least that's what most people think when they see a farm and drop off their pets. Who did I talk to that actually was having that happen to them as well? Or did I talk to somebody, or was that a YouTuber? I think that might have been a YouTuber that was... The funny thing is whenever you type explode, I think your character pops too. That's kind of funny. But I think it was a guy who was like, he has... well, it was just a farm, I guess, and then people were just dropping off animals on his plot of land, and he wasn't necessarily a big fan of it because he just ended up with like 20 cats on his farm. And I love cats. I don't like their pee. And the reason why I say that is because there are cats that are I don't think they're wild. I think they're other people's cats that they're letting roam the city right now, and they really like underneath our porch. And well, they pee down there, and it's not a problem until it like a really heavy downpour of rain happens, and then like the smell, like you walk out front and it's just there's a smell that's out in the front of the house, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of that, but it's such a small problem because I don't even spend time on my front porch, really. Our front porch goes super unused. So it's like, it's really not a problem. But at the same time, it's like, can you, like, why? Why does it smell like that? It's so bad. Cannibals. Cannibal says smaller charities to local places help the area. If it's a bigger corpo, they use charities as a tax write-offs. Okay, so smaller charities then would make more sense because I think I don't want tax write-offs. I don't want the money to go to writing off taxes. I want the money to go to actually help people or animals or just in general help. Tax write-offs. Oh, geez, that stinks. Cats or dogs? Both. Both are fantastic. It all depends on the living space, the person. I personally am more of a fan. If I were to own one, I would choose cats over dogs because I just connect better with cats. But when I'm at someone's house who has a dog, like it's the best. Dogs are so cool. Oh. I missed your message because I was thinking about something there. Sorry about that. If you could retype that. I need to make a way so I can see more messages. Maybe put it over there. Alpec says buy a box of mothballs and throw them under the... Does that not hurt them? I don't know. I don't want to hurt the cats. I just wish they didn't pee underneath our porch. Cannibal says so like Joel Osco, CVS, Walmart, and other companies use charities as a tax write-off, unfortunately. But they're doing charities, or they do host charities sometimes, don't they? Yeah. The Food Man says charity research is tough at times. Sometimes one falls in your lap and all their tax documents look good and they have clean mission statements. Sometimes it's just shifting through shady stuff. I mean, at least I'm hoping this one right here, the Feeding America one. I looked at it and it looked good. It all looked good. So I was like, all right, this one sounds good, especially for right now. So I want to choose that one. But yeah, CVS, like there was one, they weren't necessarily doing charity, although I'm sure they were, because they did scan that item when I did that. But I gave $9 to Save a Lot, it was. And they had a physical like bag full of goodies that I bought for $9 and then I put it in a charity box. They did scan it though. So it did go into their books that I had paid for that, but I'm sure they used that for write-offs. But I'm hoping that, because they said that the fire department comes and picks all this up. When I buy it, I put it in the thing full of more food and stuff like that. There was a ton of food in that box. So I'm hoping that the fire department does come by, pick that stuff up, and actually goes to people who need it. So large entities like Walmart, Starbucks, CVS, it's all hosted for tax write-offs and ways to dodge finances, unfortunately. Well, I wasn't going to go for Starbucks or CVS or Walmart or anything like that. Like I wanted to go for like... There was another one that I wanted to go for, which was called Habitat for Humanity, but I think that's just like one of those kind of bigger ones. And it's also, and this is not saying anything's wrong or anything like that. I just don't want to personally set myself up for charities that do this, but it was a more religious type of thing. Apparently, they were mentioning all over their page like it's for all this religious stuff, and I'm like, I don't know about that. You know, that sounds like something I don't know if I want to get myself into. I don't know if anyone knows anything about that, about Habitat for Humanity. One of the things that they do is they actually build houses for people in need, like small houses and stuff like that, or they go and find houses that are out of total disrepair, and then they have people come in as volunteers and they fix it, paint all the walls, fix all the holes, redo the wiring and stuff like that, get it to spec. And then they I don't know if they give the houses away, but I think they like sell them at a severe discount to people who need them. And then they also have like what are they called? It's like a thrift store, but like for house goods and stuff like doors, windows, couches, TVs, you know, things that you need to make a house a house. They have stuff there for that. And then apparently the money that they make from you doing that goes towards them, again, building these houses and stuff, because they get donations for all the goods that they sell. And I think how that works is if you bring the stuff in, you get a tax write-off. Not them, although I'm sure they have something in there as well for that, but you get a tax write-off for the donations that you bring in, and then they sell those goods to people who need them, and then that money goes towards them building houses and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. It's just that they're hold on. Cannibal says, I just ate crap and fell down a hill. Cannibal, be careful. Maybe I'd love talking to you about this, but maybe just be safe out there. You know, your well-being is way more important than watching a stream right now. Zeva says, anyone heard of this series called American Wizard? I think it's a Madman Fenrir. Oh, I don't think so. Cannibal says, earlier today I pre-ordered a spot on Santa's lap for me and my cat.
Anyone heard of the series called America Wizard? I think it's by Madman Fenrir. America
Wizard? Wizard. I think it's time for another sip of coffee. Excuse me for a moment.
Lizard.
Cannibal Candy says, nah, my health is whatever. I'm just trying to get cardio in with a broken leg. Cannibal. What do you mean a broken leg? What are you talking about? Oh, I think I got the camera dirty. I wish I knew where the camera was so I could clean it. I'll have to look at it. I may have to clean it. The Food Man says, as we're talking about this stuff, I get an email from Charity Navigator. The trees are whispering to us. No, that's wild. No, that's definitely something that happens. I have a robo lady. I can't say its name in here, but it starts with A and ends with A in here. I used to have them around the house, but I was definitely getting advertisements for things that I was talking about, and I was like, I don't think I like that. So now it's just in here, but the funny thing is the majority of the talking that I do every day is in this room. So I just don't want the robo lady listening to our conversations I have in that office, though. It's not Cortana, it's the Amazon one. I mean, although Cortana, I think, is on this PC, so it's probably also listening. Yeah, that one. Zephys has got it. Cannibal says, I broke my leg on Halloween. Car hit my golf cart when I was driving drunk people back home. Drunk drivers. Don't drive drunk, not even once. I have seen people get hit and hurt from and have also had family members get hurt by drunk drivers. So that is one of the things that I have a very strict thing about, is that if I have had even just one beer in the past like 1 or 2 hours, I am not driving. That is a very strong thing I have, is that I do not do that. Now, if I had one like 2 hours ago, and then if I had a whole bunch of water since then I'm not feeling anything, then I'm like, okay, we'll do it. But if I've had anything within the past hour or so, I'm like, nope, not doing it today. Somebody else do it, not me. Alpic says I have none of them or no assistance on my phone either. If you have an Apple phone or an Android phone, you probably do in some shape or form. Like I technically do, but I have full shut it off on my phone because I don't want AI assistance on my phone. Although they're really pushing it, and it's actually quite annoying. It's like, hey, we're Google, you're going to use this now. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, thank you. Cannibal says the golf cart has headlights and mirrors. The Food Man says, I will drunk drive inside of my office while playing Forza Horizon, nowhere else. I like that. It's kind of like whenever Smiley and I are like just hanging out and we're like playing Twisted Metal and we're driving cars with guns on them and we're just both having a couple beverages and we're just like shooting up the enemies and stuff. Like that's the drunk driving that I'll allow right there. Alipec says Motorola doesn't do an assistant. Yo, that's awesome. That's really cool. I think Samsung does have its own version. I think it was called Bixby, but I haven't seen it come up once on my Samsung Galaxy S25, and I'm pretty happy with that. I heard that a lot of people were not happy with that. They even had like a dedicated button that people kept constantly accidentally hitting. And it's like, I don't want this. Turn it off. No, we want you to use it, but I don't want it. Like, I'm not going to buy a product if it's on here. But it's Google that's kind of like trying to sneak in with its stuff right now. Cannibal says, when I didn't have premiums... Okay. Cannibal says, when I didn't have premium Spotify, the ads said hey, Bixby, I need to be careful saying that. So I don't like trick somebody else's phone to do it. Play blank song and would change that what I'm listening to, even though it's only supposed to respond to my voice. That was something that was happening when like assistants were first coming out, and this is before AI. Like some people called these things AI, but they were basically just like algorithms that like listen for specific words and then basically just put it into a search term and then read the first result. That's pretty much what assistants were back then. Or like they would do like simple calculations, like wow, you could ask it to do 4 + 4 and all that silly stuff. But what was it? Burger King, I think it was doing an ad where they would actually like say, how do I say this? Echo, because that's a name it doesn't respond to, but this is an Echo over here. It's like, Echo, what's in a Burger King burger or a Burger King Whopper or something like that. And the assistants in the house, because at the time they didn't have like voice trained stuff, they would actually look up what was in a Burger King burger from Wikipedia. So people learned that they were doing this, and they went on to Wikipedia and changed the ingredients list to be, and oh my gosh, the things that were showing up was hilarious. So Burger King was still showing these ads either on the radio or on the TV, and people's robo ladies were coming back and saying, oh, a Burger King Whopper is full of boogers and acid and ranch dressing and all this really weird stuff that you obviously wouldn't want in your Burger King Whopper. But that was hilarious. I can't believe they did that. Cannibal says, this is my first Samsung, and it ticks me off that holding the long button only works the AI. I can't hold on. Okay. What's 9 + 10? 21? You're stupid. the long press of the button only works the AI. I can't hold it down to fast restart my phone. Yeah, I don't know why they started doing that. That's actually a really annoying thing because it's like, what is it? My tablet, for instance. I have an Android tablet. This is a really loud song. Hold on, where's that at? Oh. You know what? There's a track of music that I was using. Can I minimize this? Oh, I can just minimize that, and it still renders it. It probably wasn't making any difference. Let's try this one. Uh-oh. Are we about to crash again? Firefox is acting silly. Hold on, what's our hold on, what else crashed? Ah! Hold on, we gotta start streamer bot back up. It's the weird thing is it's crashing a little bit more gracefully now. Like I don't know what's going on, but it is actually like trying to not crash. It's kind of funny. It's trying so hard. Okay, that needs to be changed. The RPG thing needs to be changed. I may have missed a couple messages. I did see something come through. Hi Mayo, I see you. What's up? What's up, birdie? Hi. Okay, I forget what we were talking about. Were we still talking about the charity stuff? Crap, I forgot what we were talking about. Darn. Crack the back. Guys. Oh. Language? Did I say something wrong? What did I say? Did I say darn? Is that what you guys are talking about? Do you consider that a bad word? I mean, I could say shit. That's a bad word, but I mean, I don't think that. I don't think. Although I have been, when I was a kid, my mom didn't let me say that either. That was kind of funny. There's a couple weird ones that my mom would let me say when I was growing up. Because she's like, I know what you're saying. I'm like, I'm just saying a word because it's funny. I don't know. What's the temperature in here right now? Oh, it doesn't feel like 80. It says it's 80 degrees in here. It doesn't feel like that. You can't say that. Oh. Oh. We talked about this. Alopec says, I grew up near New York City. All vocabulary is on the table. Who's the dragon? I forget. Because I was going to say, oh, the food man. That's right. Cannibal says, I grew up south side of Chicago. I know that feeling. I mean, I grew up in Ohio. When I was growing up in Ohio, like curse words were like all over the place. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people grow up probably, except for like maybe in the South or something like that, like mid-South, you know. But like Northerners kind of just in general, that Northerners and far Southerners kind of like just use what's it called? Language enhancers. And that's funny, actually. If I remember correctly, you guys remember that one episode of SpongeBob where like they learned to start saying bad words and they just replace them with noises of like dolphins and stuff like that? Apparently, the voice actors actually did say the curse words and they overlaid the stuff on top of that to make it so that they weren't actually saying it. But there's a version out there where you can actually hear them saying the curse words. I don't know where to find that, but I've heard that it exists. And that sounds like fun to hear that. Alapix says, how did you get a dragon? I'm a dragon. I don't know, because I don't remember adding the dragon. But apparently we have dragons. So if you look up, if you look on the streaming avatars UI thing, which I think is either over there on the right, if you click the video player over there on the right, it'll be there, or it'll be underneath the video player. Or you can type !ext into the chat and a link will show up for you to sign into the controller. You can do that too. But there's a search term. Once everything's loaded in, sometimes it takes a while because it's a lot of Pokemon that are in there. But I think you might be able to type dragon and all the dragons should show up. So I guess maybe that'll be one of them. Zephyrus Prime says, you're a Typhlosion. Yeah. Cannibal says, dragons go rawr. Hi, Welsh. Hi. Zephyrus Prime says, there was the bit of Scott Pilgrim versus the world known as, how are you doing that with your mouth? Ooh. I just saw a name down there I've never seen before. That's really cool. Don't forget, guys, if you want to, I see your names sometimes go through, just how Twitch kind of goes. You just show up, but I'm not going to call you out until you at least say hi or just something in the chat first. I don't like to put people on the spot if they don't want to be put on the spot. That's just a thing I like to do. But if you want me to say hi to you, don't forget to just say hi in the chat. I'm always welcome to have anybody here in the chat. Cannibal says, I like being called out. Well, I like to, I just like to make sure that, like, if I say somebody's name, I don't want them to go like, hey, I just wanted to, like, chill. I don't want to be known that I'm here right now. You once were a vegan. Now you'll be vegan. Alapec says, there's no white dragon, but there's a gray one close enough. Did you switch to it? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I see him. I wonder if I could make it there's a lot of shading in that one though. That might be hard. Cuz like with the Evoli ones, there's like mainly just like 4 different colors in them, and I can use a part of streaming avatars. You can actually change the color scheme of just one single file to a bunch of different ones. So that's why we have like a bunch of different color Evolis. They're actually all just one single texture, but they're being color flipped. They're being color flipped in the background, so you get a whole bunch of different colors. I could probably do that to maybe one of the dragons if I could find one that's a little bit more simple in color. Or maybe I could change the Charizard. He looks like he might have 5 colors in him, 2 reds, 2 yellows, and purple. That I could maybe change to white. That'd be kind of cool. Don't quote me on that though, because it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. It's like figuring out all the different spots and stuff to do that. Welsh says, I want a game or 2 versus AI and real players maybe. Ooh, neat. Cannibal says, do you know if it's possible to stream games off a GameCube or older consoles without emulators? Oh, of course, yeah. I thought you were making a joke there for a moment, but no, they have really cheap HDMI capture cards on Amazon right now, which are like maybe $12, where it has like a single HDMI in, and then the other side has a USB, and then it turns it into like a 720p or 1080p 60 stream. And then what you do is get this this little box that has the yellow, white, and red inputs on it, and then the other side has an HDMI out. So it takes the standard definition signal from your gaming console and turns it into HDMI, and then you take that HDMI and put it into the capture card, and then for about maybe $20 to $30, and then OBS and whatever software you want to set up with it, it's really easy to do that. The thing with that though is that maybe don't use that for competition stuff, because with those really cheaper ones, you're usually looking at a little bit of lag or input lag. So like games that require you to be like spot on with your inputs can be not the best experience. You can take a step up from that, maybe $25 for the capture card, and what that one does is it has an HDMI in, but then it also has an HDMI out that you can have go to a separate monitor or TV that displays the signal as it's received. So there might still be a little bit of lag because it's converting the analog signal to digital. So there might be like a tiny little bit of lag, but it'll be a lot less than going into the computer and then digitally processing and then buffering it and all this other stuff. So it just gives you more of a direct line, and then you still capture it on your computer, but you'll have a monitor that's specifically for your game console. So that's pretty cool.
I'll quote you on anything.
Nuh-uh. No, you won't, because one player crashed into my Sword Soul card for game. Whoa. Cannibal says, no, I just want to stream Star Fox Dinosaur Planet and maybe some Bloody Roar. Yeah. I personally prefer doing it on actual game console hardware. I'm not a fan of emulators. One of the things I'm taking like a chance on is this Game Boy emulator. It plays Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy... Well, it's supposed to have Game Boy Advance support. I haven't tested it yet. But I have a little game console that's technically an emulator, but it's like a physical box. And I'm willing to take a chance on doing that. I just don't like doing the thing where you get emulators and then you get ISOs or whatever, and then you just... I don't know. It feels wrong. not that it's illegal or anything like that, because I own all my games and then I just rip them off to a CD, from a CD to the computer and play it on there. But it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like for instance, Twisted Metal. I was like, oh, I'm going to play this on the original console, but it was like, what was my problem with that? I think it was just too blurry to stream from the PS1, because like the PS1 is like 320 by 240, and on this 1080p stream, it just didn't look right. So I was like, well, what if I just got it? Because PlayStation came out with a PS4 and PS5 version of that old game, and it's upscaled, so it's... I don't know if it...
What about Bloodborne?
Bloodborne? Oh. Well, right now, if you're talking about me, I don't think I want to play any of those types of games. Oh! Holy crap! Hi, Bye Wolfie. How's it going? Welcome on through. How you doing today? What were you guys streaming? Let's see. Bye Wolfie 426 has rated your channel. Do we have any mods right now that we can have a shout out for the stream? Thank you very much, Bye Wolfie. Great to have you here today. Oh,
Thanks
that's
for the
cool.
raid, Bye Wolfie 426, and welcome you two lovely people.
Yeah. Bye Wolfie says, I was doing a Diwali avatar work stream. Oh, you're like putting together like a little Diwali? That's really cool. Diwalis are really nice. I have one of those myself, actually. That's how I started my VR experience. Well, that's not totally true. I did start with a Rex, because before I got into a Diwali, I was a fox, and I thought, hey, a Rex is pretty cool. I'll use one of those. Hey, congratulations, Cephas. Great job. Better luck next time. By Wolfie says I was doing some recoloring on the textures. That's awesome, Bean. Love me a good art. Basically, that's an art. I like to consider that art for sure. So that's really cool to see some artists coming on through here today. Aw, bye Wolfie. Thank you so much for the follow. You rock. Cannibal says I started my first Final Fantasy adventure. Nice. Which one though? There's so many different ones out there. There's 2-dimensional ones, 3D ones, ones from like the 90s, ones from the 2000s. Online versions. Ones on the PS2 that I don't think you can play anymore because the online servers are gone now, but that would have been something to get into. Cannibal says 14 because I didn't want to pay. Is that the free one?
Thank you for the follow by Wolfie426.
Yeah. I own the NES FF1 unopened. Whoa, that's got to be worth a pretty penny. That sounds like a fun game to a Final Fantasy game on the NES. I do have an NES system on chip thing, which is basically just an NES but in like a blob chip form, and it plays games pretty respectfully. Maybe I should do that on stream sometime. That'd be pretty cool. And a Final Fantasy game. That sounds like fun. What time is it? 2:47. Okay. How long have we been? Oh, well, that's right. We crashed again. Zephyr says I started a new game called Grand Blue Fantasy. Relink. The story is really drawing me in. Cool. Bye Wolfie says, all right, have to get going. Hope you have a great stream. All right, bye Wolfie. Do that streamer after stream care. Have yourself a wonderful one. Thanks for stopping on in, and thanks for the raid. Really appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Wow. Cannibal says I have 2 games for NES, but only one is opened. I have a few. I think Tetris. Do I have Tetris on there? I have Dr. Mario. Or did I give that to my friend? I might have given that to my friend because he was looking for games for his NES. But Dr. Mario was definitely a game I did enjoy on the NES. It was also like surprisingly like colorful and fun for an NES game. Like NES games are kind of hard to Grumpy Birds. NES Castlevania is the only other game I have. Meow. That one must be quite a pain in the butt. I've heard Castlevania. I heard you like to play Castlevania. How did you know? Grumpy Bird, yeah.
Wah. Wah.
Up.
Wah.
Oh.
Wah. 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 Wah.
Let's see. You know, Project Babel has an eye tracking system built into it too. I wonder if I should maybe look into just using that for the eye tracking too. I'm disappointed, Hayo. Well, my mouth tracker was turned off because of that crash from earlier. I didn't even realize it. Alapec says, "Woo!" That's good. Hold on, does it still happen? So if I open my mouth and talk at the same time, the mouth tracking and the Visemes interact with each other. So this is going to be a little bit of a breaking immersion thing for a second here, but I like to see if it still does it. Ready? Here we go. That's goofy. The only problem with that is if you notice at the bottom left and right side of my mouth, the actual teeth break through the mouth. Ah. Just went horror movie night right there. There was another picture when I hadn't calibrated the mouth tracking yet. Smiley took a picture of this and shared it somewhere. I forget where. Well, Hylial's an Eldritch abomination. The weird thing is I don't know. Maybe it did happen and I just never really messed with it. But I don't think this glitch where I talk and move my mouth at the same time would happen on the Quest Pro. I'm just happy to not be using the Quest Pro anymore. Like that headset was so annoying. And I'm almost kind of thinking about just taking that headset and just turning it in and getting a Steam frame. Just like replace it and just get a Steam frame.
Wah. 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 Wah.
Oh.
Wah.
How many? Oh, it stopped. Oh, don't take it. Oh my gosh. So many wahs. So many of them. Wow. I'm sort of thinking about sitting down. Am I allowed to do that? Can I sit down? I finished the coffee, by the way, but I want to sit down now. Oh, you know what I should do is run a thing of hot water. Let's see. Oh, I don't have enough water in there. Do I have a bottle of water? Oh, hydration time. Yeah, I don't have any water in here though. Oh, there's an adult beverage in there. Where'd all my pops go? Smiley. Smiley. I don't have any water. Oh no. As soon as you sit, people are going to make you do squats. Shh, don't say that. Oh. Oh. I'll probably say one of the least favorite things that people can make me do on here is the squats. Because like they always do it. One person comes in here, her name is Lunar, and she'll come in here and she'll see me sitting down and she'll only do it if I'm sitting down, but she'll make me do the squats. And every time I sit down, she has me stand because you can do it like every 3 minutes, I think. Or was it 1 minute or 3 minutes? I forget. But she will, I don't know. She like comes in here. She might just be watching. That might be what it is. She might just be watching in the background, not saying anything until I sit down. Don't you start. Don't you start. Oh. No. Oh. Okay. Hold on. I need to maybe like do a little stretch first. I've been standing straight up for the longest time. Yeah. Oh my god, my back. I'm getting old. Alright. Get the hands. Here we go. One. Oh, was that a stretch? Is that what the... Oh, it was a stretch. That's right. I thought it was squats. Okay. Let me actually do that. Like proper stretching here. Oh. Whoops.
Hiya. It was a stretch.
It's a stretch to think that I was thinking correctly. Okay. Okay, that's better. I do need water though. It says it's 2:55 right now. I think I got...
Pump it up.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, at least I wasn't sitting yet. But I do need some water, which I don't have a water in here. What I need to do is I need to start filling up my water bottle. I have like a gallon water bottle that I used to fill up all the time for streams, and I haven't filled that up in a long time. Or maybe I just get water bottles for streaming. I have a fridge in here. I could be doing that. That'd be nice. Wait. Taking you with me to the kitchen for cooking time. I'm gonna, well, funny about that. I'm gonna put the headset down for just a moment here. Unfortunately, to do that, I have to like take all my trackers off because I have left. Well, no, maybe I don't have to because I'm only going to the room over there, so I should still be connected when I come back. But I need to go for just a moment because I do need water. I think it's been nearly 3 hours. Other than the coffee, it's been nearly 3 hours since I've had. Have we really been streaming that long? I think I started streaming sometime at around 11. Cannibal says, you know those giant several gallon water jugs? I have mine filled with GG energy. You're nuts. You're crazy. You're insane. Man, that sounds nice though. Like that's one of the things I miss so much, but I'm like on a diet, so like I have to stick with it and stuff like that. But that's one of the things I miss so much. It's just like not necessarily sugary per se, but just like good tasting things. Because if I drink anything, it's like it's like bubbly water and stuff like that. So it's like someone introduced like someone took a lemon and just dipped it in some water, took it back out, and then carbonated that, and like, here you go. That's gonna be a $2 drink for you. Like that's what I drink now, and it's kind of annoying. It's really annoying that the like I can probably go over to the store over there and get a 2 liter of Coca-Cola for like $2. But if I want like a lightly flavored healthy drink, it's a tiny little can and it's just as much as the 2 liter of Coca-Cola, but there's more ingredients. There's more ingredients in the Coca-Cola. Like there's stuff in the Coca-Cola, but for the bubbly waters and stuff like that, there's like freaking nothing in there. And they charge more for it. It's so annoying. Hi Cynic, how's it going? Cynic says your mic sounds a bit weird. Right now there's a slight echo to it. Because of it's a headset. It's a 3.5 millimeter headset. And I'm assuming you're talking about the echo that's happening. I have feedback in the headset, so I can hear exactly what I'm giving to you guys. So I can tell if I'm like blowing up the microphone with my breath and stuff, because that can be annoying. And I want to know if I'm doing it. Unfortunately, for some reason, that causes noise in the line or something, and the microphone amplifier or whatever it's called picks up the audio going to the headset, and you hear that. So you hear what I hear on there. So I need to figure out a way around that. Nova Viper Dragon was here earlier and mentioned how they kind of get around it is they just have open back headphones so they can hear themselves talk in real life. I'm brain farting. I literally just lost train of thought there. But then I don't have to like have the feedback thing, and then the headset will work correctly. Hi Purple, welcome on through. Cynic says, yeah, echo, and it sounds like maybe the bass is a bit high. See, that's kind of like the thing I was looking for, is someone to tell me if it was a bit too high. Let me see if I can change that really quick.
Howdy Cynic.
Here, let's try this. This is kind of hard to do with a controller, but let's see if I can do it. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. How's this? Is this better? Cannibal says it's the same. You may not hear the difference unless you're wearing headphones. It sounds the same. I can hear a huge difference. Hold on. Are you guys... Am I using the right microphone? Let me... Hold on. I hope I don't crash the stream by doing this. Maybe lower the volume a bit as well. Okay, you know what? Let me just see if it's the right microphone by just doing this. I don't want to like open anything on the computer desktop because it might like crash. Because I'm still having that issue where I open things and things crash. I think I'm just going to reinstall Windows. Let me try this. Oh, stop it. Testing. All right, how is this better? I think that sounds better. I mean, Hold on, let me, because I sound really quiet on my end now. I've always had this issue where I sound too quiet. Oh, my headphones were turned. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. My headphones were turned almost all the way down. Well, hold on. Let me check something else. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So I'm in the, let me check my audio levels on OBS. I'm on voice meter in the green. So where is the vocal stuff? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2. So if I yell, I still sort of going into the red on there. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. That sounds a little too quiet. Yo! Going in the red is fine. You just don't want to reach the end too often. Well... Well, I mean, how does this sound? Is this better? Like, is the echo gone now, at least? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. This sounds a lot better, in my honest opinion. Okay. So maybe that was just my issue the whole time, is I was turned up way too loud. I'm still just ever so slightly smacking the red there, but that's at like a -10, which is, in my books, like totally allowed. I personally like the previous where you were a bit quieter but sharper. Let me see here. I kind of noticed that. I kind of want it to be a little louder. Can I apologize. I'm really figuring everything out. I've changed so much since I've changed things. Hold on. Let me get quiet for a second. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I really would like to do this with a mouse, but this is easier. There. All right, White Wolf. Have yourself a good one, Bean. Sleep well. How's this one? Is this a little bit better? This is like a medium. I'm using a compressor now, so it should bring up the quiet part. So if I whisper nice and soft, it should still be relatively audible. And then if I yell, it should like lower my voice a little bit. Is this good? This should also give a little bit more of a radio sound, which is, I think, works relatively well with my voice. Cynic says good. Cannibal says good. Heck yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, that also means I can be a little bit more loud now. One more thing I should probably keep in mind is that the birds haven't really been that loud today, but because lizard. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I do